Suella Braverman, she is one of the worst ministers that this country has ever seen. And I know for a fact that she is waiting to lead and to mount a leadership challenge against her boss before the next general election, and therefore she's maybe trying to get fired, but at the cost of human lives and at the cost of something which is so sacred to Britain and British society. The fact that she wanted to ban protests, that this word, this term, banning protest, I don't think I have ever heard it mentioned by any minister of any government in the past, despite the fact that we have had terrible governments in the past. But no one dared pile pressure on the police to stop and to criminalize protesters. No one ever called on the media to run a campaign in order to demonize protesters and to see the protests criminalized or banned. No one. But Suella Braverman, for some reason, has these fascist tendencies, and I'm not at all wary of using this term. Her policies are what I studied as a young man and what I taught as a university lecturer. This is what fascism sounds like. This is what fascism looks like. For Rishi Sunak, for Keir Starmer, for Suella Braverman, I hope that one day they will stand account for this. I hope that they will soon lose their positions because of their stands on this. I hope that the people will see for who they are. These are people who do not deserve to govern. They do not deserve to be responsible for people's lives, for their welfare. They have failed at the very first test. I mean, someone like Keir Starmer, who himself, he made his career as a human rights lawyer. He was the head of the public prosecution in the UK for so many years. And yet when asked, is it in Israel's, is it within its rights to cut off food, drinking water, basic necessities, medicine, elements that people need for their everyday lives, cut it off from Gaza or suspend it from Gaza? And he said, well, Israel needs to do everything it can. So someone who is of that capacity yet answers to egg on and to encourage a war crime being committed is someone who, well, the very least and the very kindest I can be is to say that he doesn't understand law. But in actual fact, he doesn't deserve to have responsibility for anyone's life. Imagine him becoming prime minister when the country and swathes of the British population are suffering a cost of living crisis. Imagine how much he will care about their well-being if he cares not a jot for the lives and well-being of 2.5 million people, including 1 million children in the Gaza Strip. So, you can say the same about Rishi Sunak and the same about Suella Braverman. And therefore, to be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure that these politicians care much about the risk that they suffer, but they have all received notice from legal companies and firms and outfits from around the world, warning them that they are in contravention of the War Crime Act, and that they are now liable to be accused, to be held responsible, and to be, to suffer the consequences. I, for one, hope that will happen, and that it will happen very, very soon.